Okay, so my slides are visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So today we are going to see sample size calculation. Okay, so basically, if all the other values are known, like for example, the population mean, the standard deviation, margin of error is also known to you, then how do you decide upon what should be your sample size n? So for calculating that n value, we will see how we can do that in Excel today. So normally we know that always we target a population, but studying about the population is not feasible because the size of the population, the individuals belonging to the population is quite a huge number. So in order to make a task easier, we take a small sample that is a representation of the population. So a very small group of individuals, we take them and we get the responses, whatever we are trying to survey through questionnaires or interview method, we get responses from the small sample and then we perform the analysis. But how big should our sample be? That is a question mark. So for that, different industries have different rule of thumb or strategies for deciding on the sample size. So what should be the sample size? There are different theories and different rule of thumbs on deciding or calculating the sample size for different industries. So for example, now if there is a poll which is happening and you want to make a prediction about a particular candidate's vote share, for example, in the presidential election, this example we have already seen. So here, when we are interested in knowing how many voters should the poll company survey, like by asking them whom they are supposed to vote or whom are they going to vote. If we want to get an idea, we need to ask n number of voters. How many number of voters should we ask to make the prediction that candidate A will get this much share of votes and candidate B will get this much share of votes. So that number of voters is a question mark of how many they will have to survey and ask in order to get the right prediction. So here what is happening is we are interested in the population proportion. So like we have already seen what is the difference between population mean and population proportion. In this scenario, we are interested in knowing what is the proportion of voters that the poll company should survey in order to make a right prediction about the vote share. We are interested here in knowing about the population proportion. So what should be the size of my population? Another example can be here. This example is with respect to the mean value. Okay, so here a quality control manager at a battery manufacturer wants to estimate the average number of defective batteries. So the average number of defective batteries per production, okay, in that particular day or in a particular box shipped by the company. How many defective batteries are manufactured? So here we want a very specific quantity or number of the defective batteries. So here we are not talking about the proportion or the percentage. Here we're talking about the exact average number of batteries per box manufactured. How many are defective? So here, how many boxes does if a quality person is doing a check, how many boxes does that person have to open to figure out what will be the number of defective batteries in that particular box? So how many, for example, in a particular day, there might be 1,000 boxes of batteries manufactured. So in these 1,000 boxes of batteries manufactured, how many boxes, that is a small sample of how many boxes should they open to check and find out what will be the total number of defective batteries in the 1,000 number of boxes of batteries manufactured in a particular day. So here we are more interested in the population mean. There's a difference between population mean and population proportion. So for any given question, even for identifying what should be your sample size, you first need to identify whether the question is asked with respect to the population mean or is it asked with respect to the population proportion. Because if you misjudge, if you instead of population mean, you think that particular problem is related to population proportion, then you will apply that particular formula for calculating your value of n. So the answer which you get will be completely wrong. So the very first thing that you need to identify is whether the question given to you is asking about or talking about population mean or population proportion. So here for sample size calculation, you use confidence interval formulas like margin of error and confidence level. So based on these formulas only, you will calculate your n value. So now suppose we are going to see the second example. This is how your calculation will run if you do it manually. But we will do this same thing in the Excel and also derive the same answer of 34.6, which is rounded off to 35 matrix. So the question is the same again, that a quality control manager at a battery manufacturing plant wants to estimate what is the average number of defective batteries contained in a box shipped by the company. So he's have to identify how many boxes they have to put. So we're just going to make a small assumption because the margin of error is not given to us. So we are assuming that the error that we can make, that is the margin of error, will be plus or minus 0.3%. And by default, we know that a confidence level of 95% is considered if nothing is given in the question. So since again here in the question, nothing is given related to confidence level of how much confidence level we should predict the number of sample that the boxes should be opened, that we are considering by default as 95%. That is why this is assumed as 95%. Margin of error is one value which we are assuming plus or minus 0.3%. Now, once we have made the assumptions, this is just for the problem which we are doing now. Okay, the questions which I will give you, there your confidence level and your margin of error will be mentioned. So you don't have to make any assumptions. Sometimes only margin of error will be given to you, confidence level will not be given to you. Then you can assume it as 95% by default. Okay. So since this is with respect to population mean, we are using the formula of population mean, specifically the z-test formula. Clear? The formula is similar, x bar minus modulus of z alpha by 2 into population standard deviation by square root of n. This is your lower limit. And this one with a plus sign, x bar plus the margin of error, becomes your upper limit. So this is the same formula which we have been using, okay, for calculation of population mean using the z-test. Now here, what is given to us? This whole value, modulus of z alpha by 2 into sigma by square root of n, is what we have assumed to be plus or minus 0.3. Okay, so that margin of error is only 0.3. So this is what is the, you can say the expansion of this one. So now with the value which is known to us, we have to calculate all these values. Okay, again the population standard deviation, we have assumed it as 0.9, which is actually given in the question, but I have not written it over here, such as 0.9. So when you start putting the value in this particular formula, you see that only this square root of n is what you have to find, and that will come around 35. So this is how you can calculate manually. Now, if we have to do it in Excel, how will we do it? Okay. So my Excel sheet is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So these are the values which are given to us. Margin of error is plus or minus 0.3. So we're just taking the positive value 0.3. Confidence level is 95% and population standard deviation is 0.9. Okay, so these are the information which we have. So for calculating this part, this portion, we first need to calculate Z alpha by 2. So this formula to you all know, norm dot INV 0.05 by 2, comma 0, comma 1. So whenever you use 95% confidence level, you always have to remember Z alpha by 2. When you calculate using this formula, it will come to minus 1.96. Okay, so this value is like a fixed value which you have. So you can calculate it, or by default also you can write it as minus 1.96 because that is what it will come. Now once you get Z alpha by 2, you need to multiply it with your sigma by this n value will go to your left hand side, 0.3 will come this side. So accordingly you write your formula, which is this one. So here absolute of this value Z alpha by 2 as we have in the formula into sigma into 0.9 by, instead of square root of n, I am taking it to the left hand side, 0.3 comes this side, so I am dividing it by 0.3. So the value which you get is 5.88. Getting this value 5.88 for square root of n, this particular line. Please kindly do this calculation and just see whether you're getting 5.88. Once you get your square root of n, this is basically your square root of n value. You can see it over here. The next thing is calculation of n. So you just multiply it twice and you get your value as 34.57. Now batteries cannot be in decimal places like 34.5. So we round it off to the next nearest number, 35. So the total n value becomes 35. So this is how you will calculate in your Excel, and your interpretation will be the quality control manager will have to open a sample of 35 boxes in order to calculate the average defective batteries in a box. So that is the minimum number of boxes that the quality control manager has to open in order to identify the average number of defective batteries contained in a box shipped by the company. Is it okay, this calculation?
Yes, ma'am. Perfect.
Once after Z alpha by 2.
Z alpha by 2. Z alpha by 2 is equal to norm INV A by default function which you have. Okay. इसके बाद what is happening over here? We have calculated this portion, that is basically 1.96 into sigma by square root of n. We need to find square root of n, so I am just putting the square root of n to the left hand side and bringing the 0.3 this side. So your formula will look something like this. Square root of n is equal to 1.96 into 0.9 by 0.3. The same thing I am writing it over here in the formula. Absolute of minus 1.96, the value which we have calculated for Z alpha by 2, into your population standard deviation 0.9 by margin of error 0.3. So this is what is C5 by D3, the cell reference over here. So you'll get 5.88. If you see the value over here, root n is 5.88. Once you get root n, I want to calculate n value, so square it this side. So multiply it twice, 5.88 into 5.88, you get 34.57. Now batteries are whole, you cannot have like decimal places like this, 34.5, 34.6. So what we're going to do is we're just going to round it off to the next decimal, next value, whole number. So n value becomes 35. Okay, so therefore, yes.
If the decimal value is less than 0.5, then which
Then
value will take?
also, then also round it off
35.
to the next number. Okay,
Okay.
even if it is 34.2, 34.3, round it off to the next number, 35. Okay, if it is 32.2, it will become n is 33. Okay, it cannot be in point or decimal places, so round it off to the next number if you have a decimal place. So the final interpretation, since we are interested in figuring out how many boxes the quality control manager has to open, therefore we now have a number that minimum 35 boxes they have to open in order to find out or estimate the average number of defective batteries. So this is the calculation, and please do not stop over here. After finding n is 35, you need to write this interpretation as well. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, please paste the
Yes,
question.
ma'am.
Okay. So for this one, this is with respect to the population proportion. The example one, which we are seeing in sample size calculation with respect to the whole company doing the prediction of how much should be the votes shared for each of the candidates. So how many voters they need to survey. Okay, so it's kind of a proportion that we need to identify. So for this, since we are interested in population proportion, so you use the formula of population proportion, which is p hat minus modulus of z alpha by 2 square root of p hat into 1 minus p hat by n. This is your lower limit, and p hat plus the margin of error becomes your upper limit. So the formula which we have seen for population proportion will come into picture now. So here your margin of error is given as plus or minus 3%. So 0.03. Okay. And here equal to z alpha by 2 square root of p hat into 1 minus p hat by n. The same thing यहाँ पे last problem के लिए it was sigma by square root of n. So depending upon what we are interested in, mean or the proportion, the formula is changing. Same, everything is same. You have to calculate the n value. There is just one assumption that you need to make, which is this particular value, p hat into 1 minus p hat. The p hat needs to be considered as 0.5 by default. Okay. Since we are not mentioning that in the question, your p hat value is also not given. That is your sample proportion. Assume it as 0.5 if it is not given in the question. Clear? What assumption you have to make? P hat ka 0.5. Okay. So if you see the calculation over here, z alpha by 2, again norm of 0.05 by 2, 0, 1. So we get minus 1.96. Here the formula will change slightly because it will be now 0.03 equal to 1.96 into square root of p hat into 1 minus p hat by n. So यहाँ पे formula थोड़ा सा change होता है. Here you will have absolute of z alpha by 2, 1.96 into absolute of again z alpha by 2 by your margin of error into margin of error into your p hat into 1 minus p hat. Basically is this formula. One second, I'll just copy paste this one. Okay, ये जो formula है which I have put, ये formula के हिसाब से ही you will write the select the cells and you will put the value.
मैम assumption के बारे में क्या बोले, रिपीट कीजिए.
Assumption है ये जो p hat value, p hat का value it's not given in the question. If it is not given in the question, assume it as 0.5. If you see over here 0.5, it has to be assumed as 0.5. उसी को रख के ये जो फॉर्मूला मैंने अभी चैट विंडो पे पेस्ट किया है, वही फॉर्मूला पे सारे वैल्यूज को सेलेक्ट करना है अभी यहाँ पे, and you will get the value as 1067, and that final rounded off to 1068. So this is your final thing which you have. वही चीज को हम लोग calculate कर रहे हैं 1067. Okay. So if you do that, you will get this one.